Who in their right mind would object to equal rights for women? Feminism is nothing more than an ideology that preaches equal rights, but in reality it seeks only to destroy the mainstays of civilization, men and the family unit. Feminism, from day one, sought not to empower women, but to disempower men. Feminism and its enablers has for over half a century influenced the core beliefs, values and morality of societies the world over. The subtlety with which this has been achieved has for the most part gone unnoticed by the majority and has become acceptable, despite the degree of oppression and suffering caused to men and children as a result of this relentless campaign of misandry and hate. False rape and child molestation allegations, high-profile domestic violence campaigns aimed only at men and addressing only one half of the perpetrators guilty of this criminal act, all are shaming tactics aimed at gaining compliance from men. Not only are these psychological techniques used to shame men into compliance, they are also aimed at coercing men into handing over positions of power to undeserving and incompetent women under the guise of equality. A profound hatred of men has been instilled in women through persistent instruction and relentless and sustained smear and hate campaigns, all under cover of an idea of male patriarchy ruining their lives. Innocent men suddenly found themselves reeling from attacks on all sides. Marilyn French said, "All men are rapists, and that's all they are." Andrea Dworkin said, "Heterosexual intercourse is the pure formalized expression of contempt for women's bodies." She also said, "I want to see a man beaten to a bloody pulp with a high heel shoved in his mouth like an apple in the mouth of a pig." Susan Brown Miller said, "Rape is nothing more or less than a conscious process of intimidation by which all men keep all women in a state of fear." Using endless statements such as these, men have been taught to hate themselves, and women have been taught to hate men. Homosexuality is promoted, but heterosexuality is something to fear. Single mothers are praised and elevated in status and value, while good fathers are systematically stripped of contact with their children. Divorce has been made so easy, it could be initiated and substantiated for the most minor of family and spousal disagreements. Religious values have been undermined. Communities have been shattered. Full statistics on rape, sexual abuse, domestic violence and countless other anti-male issues were force-fed to a blind media hungry to sensationalize rumours and lies spread by these gossips. The result of this brainwashing has been to destroy the very fabric which held our societies together. A communist brainwashing manual begins with these chilling words: "In order to be conquered, a nation must be degraded, either by acts of war, by being overrun, by being forced into humiliating treaties of peace, or by the treatment of her populace under the armies of the conqueror. However, degradation can be accomplished much more insidiously and much more effectively by consistent and continual defamation. By attacking the character and morals of man himself, and by bringing about, through contamination of youth, a general degraded feeling, command of the populace is facilitated to a very marked degree." Men have been the target of this defamation for over half a century. It's time for men to shake off the false guilt laid upon them, and to remember that without our efforts, our genius, our organisational skills, our sweat and our blood, there would be no civilization at all. As men, we have much to be proud of. As men, very few of us have woken up in the morning with the intention of oppressing anyone, let alone women. As men, we have laid down our lives in countless wars to protect what the feminist movement claim we have oppressed. As men, we have raised our sons to take care of women and not brutalise them. As men, we have sacrificed our lives by remaining on sinking vessels at sea so that women and children could flee to safety in the lifeboats. As men, we are noble, proud and fierce defenders of family and all that we love and hold dear. Yet, as men, we are seeing our families destroyed by feminist propaganda. Our children are suffering terrible agonies as a result. It is time to remember those positive attributes of our manhood. Shake off the guilt of the last half century. Over 50 years of brainwashing. Stand up and cry out. No more.